It's racist. What? Oh my god, my cup's still warm.
What difference does it make?
Keeping food still is better for Mother Earth.
Eggshells?
Hook me up.
What about vegetable peels?
I've got multi-grind technology, baby. When I see a chicken bone, I don't even blink.
Nothing grinds more.
Oh my god.
Me are gonna get along just fine.
InSinkerator. Kitchen better.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. What's flinging it around?
Can you?
Fucker!
Pumpkin.
Fucking.
Burn up. Pumpkin.
I got away from that.
Okay.
When I said pumpkin, y'all said I want to.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This, obviously. I'm ready. Okay. Yeah. Well.
Again. 1, 2, 3.
White hair. Clothing.
Why you playing? Let's play football. World.
World Cup.
I think that's the
that. Yo, Gage, why would you just say that?
Yeah,
Dang, that word is not nice, Gage.
I did not say that. You just think. World Cup. You put it in there.
Right? Grab these two.
Are you kidding?
It's too big, Ricky. Ricky, you heard me? It's too big, man.
Hey, no.
Huh?
What? You said it's too big.
Yeah, it is. No, they're not dating yet.
Why are you doing
World Cup, World Cup. I don't care.
Okay.
Old grass.
Ah,
Aren't you looking at it as old grass?
What? You want the rest? What? I'm talking about game. Yeah, I did. Wait, this? Oh, are you going to go?
speed record, speed star. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Gage, which one
You
you
guys are
do?
changing, like, it's not raining out, is it?
No,
No, it's
No.
it's a little cold.
Can we mic go outside?
What?
Can we mic go outside?
Maybe.
Wow.
You know, I don't want to play this game no more. Nope, I'm done.
I play that game. Tell me how to play it.
It's called Speed Star.
Please. I picked that. What you want?
Look, I'll show you I'll tell you the link. HTT. Hang on, I'll just send you it.
HTT.
Hang on, I'll just send you it.
What?
Ricky,
I'll chop your head off.
hang on.
Mr. View, please watch a movie.
Ricky, I sent you it.
Really have an active discovery ed.
Let's do Tubi. Oh, so I'm gonna do Tubi. What do you have Netflix?
Who is it?
That is not. You see Speed Star? It should pop up with me right there at the top. Speed Star. No.
No, we always lost. We're just going to stand.
You got no ball. No ball.
Tell them again.
They say President the car and a stupid Benz.
I'm the fastest in the world.
Ha, Ricky, you not.
Much. What does that even mean? What? Like what?
Merch means you're saying on something. That's it.
Xavier's just like what?
Xavier always says merch, bro. But Xavier got a bunch of it.
On this episode of Mythbusters Junior, I'm dressed for fire. Valerie, Cannon, and Jesse sniff out a potentially serious sanitation situation.
Shot him in his face and I'm popping in the drink. Hey, I'm down with this pop on the head.
Setting off the cataclysmic chain reaction of explosions and
How you go down fast? Gate.
You wanna play Roblox game?
While Abby, Elijah, and Rachel
We play Go Garden.
put the phrase straight as an arrow to a literally legendary test.
No way.
Yes, I'm back. The grand team of the best builders, the brightest minds,
Yo, is that Jimin's
and
girlfriend?
the boldest cluster.
Bro!
Yes, they're a bunch of kids. They are as full-size and as explosive as ever. This is Mythbusters 2.
Yes, I can't move. Oh no.
Here is the scenario. Americans throw out over 3 billion batteries into the trash every single year. Imagine a single lithium-based battery catches fire, and the fire sets fire to other lithium-based batteries in the same garbage truck, which explodes in a chain reaction. Definitely not good for the garbage truck. Or the garbage man. On one. Me.
Okay, so big question. What causes a lithium battery to ignite?
That, I think, is the very first thing we should answer.
They won't have to look far to find discarded batteries. So long as someone's prepared to go dumpster diving.
Oh,
Yes.
short straw. Real piece. Oh, yes. I hope not. What's it called this next cotton garbage? We all know that you shouldn't throw batteries in the trash. You didn't know it. Now you do. Awesome. There you go. To help us do research on this subject, we have enlisted the services of a standout
Ricky, what's your
PhD
touchdown,
student, Cannon's 16-year-old brother, Carson. He's a
do
college
your favorite
graduate
one.
with his PhD at 16, and Cannon is a college sophomore at 12.
Okay, you wanna see mine? My favorite one?
That I have.
For Carson, electrochemical processes are no big mystery.
Essentially, the first thing we're going to want to look at is what's going on inside of the battery.
For the rest of us, here's the simple version. Dividing the cell is an ultra-thin permeable membrane that allows lithium ions to pass between the cathode and the anode sides,
Alright, ready?
discharging stored electricity.
Now look.
When the separator ruptures, it starts an exothermal reaction where the temperature spirals out of control.
So the only thing keeping the lithium battery from exploding is this 10 micron thick bit.
It's so thin that if we have any heat or pressure applied to it, and the point that it cracks, we're going to reach what's called thermal. This reaction goes completely volatile to the point where it reaches over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Whoa! The three most common causes of explosive battery failure are pressure or puncturing, exposure to heat, and explosion of moisture.
Well, any one of these modes can actually have an garbage. Yeah, I think the next step is pretty clear. Let's get some batteries and apply these.
You're gonna blow.
What?
So you're gonna blow my
Hi. Sounds like my kind of experiment.
Robotics expert.
Did you say you was gonna blow? Take the power.
That's a threat. Is right up there with Steady Valley.
Talking to Carson made me realize how easily you can blow up a battery. And their lithium-based batteries are everywhere.
Actually, I have like
Laptop,
10.
cell phone, or even your TV remote.
No, my mom
I'm
actually has
equally
like 10.
excited as I am terrified to touch it.
3? All 3 holes.
Powered by compressed air, this carjack built-in robot frame has already been christened the Muncher.
6.
All right, nice work.
Ready to try something?
Yes.
Alright.
That's right.
Every one of us is familiar with the phrase straight as an arrow.
Oh.
But it's used to describe a
That's the
person,
same
meaning
thing.
somebody who is honest, genuine, and
Neither. I wrote it.
when used literally, meaning something that flies and is perfectly straight, unwavering flight. But does an arrow move? fly straight.
But you
We've
wanna
all
have
seen
these
movies
slits on
in which archers aim their long bows at high arcs or ancient armies. Those are flying straight.
It's not her
Here we're
cousin,
talking about a shorter range target shooting kind of scenario as to this story.
This isn't the first time the Mythbusters have dabbled with bows and arrows. Best remembered is the Robin Hood
Give me a
myth
fraternity.
of one
Give me
arrow
an equity.
splitting another cleaner down the middle.
I didn't split the arrow, but I split the feathers. Wow, look at that.
That's a really plus.
This one was partially
Or
busted.
daddy.
It worked with a shaft of fiberglass or bamboo,
The machine right on it, fire it. See if
Stepdad
that
told me.
but not with wood.
I think I must have busted that ear first.
To help out with today's myth, Adams wrangled a man who definitely knows one end of an arrow from the other.
Byron Ferguson is world renowned as one of the best marksmen in the history of archery. He is definitely someone who will hit whatever he is aiming at. As far as whether or not that arrow is flying true, well, he's also the best person to help us answer that question.
The master archer is ready, willing, and very able.
All right, Byron, fire when ready.
It seems a no-brainer to call that shot as straight as an arrow, until Rachel hits play on the high school.
It looks like this arrow isn't flying very straight.
It's not bending around the target.
It's literally longitudinal. That's really a lot more than I thought it would.
Probing the Smith suddenly got a whole lot more complicated. Coming up, they'll try to crack the conundrum with a practical challenge that's got even
Ooh, I
finer.
want to take off.
They say it's impossible. So good luck.
No, shooting through a 3-inch ring should be a very hard shot.
What?
Shoot through 12 of them, it's a very hard shot. Team Trash piles on the pressure to see just what it takes to start a battery bonfire.
Whoa.
That happened awful quickly.
To challenge the myth of the garbage truck battery inferno, Jesse and Valerie have built a formidable battery crusher for small-scale testing.
That one has to be.
This is our battery buffet. In order to be thorough with our testing, we've collected a wide range of batteries. We'll start by taking a battery, recording its voltage, and sending it to the testing platform.
This is a battery destruction activation station. When I pull this lever, pressure is on.
At a high-pressure environment, it will be. This heavy-duty steel-welded box frame has a card cap built into its base that when Jesse pulls the lever, will apply 40,000 pounds of force to crush every battery we are testing. We like to call him the Muncher.
They've got a fan to disperse any fumes, and an infrared camera to capture the combustion. The Muncher's first meal is a common enough household power source.
This is 9-volt lithium.
In all the following tests, they've obviously not followed the manufacturer's safety warnings. Under no circumstances should this ever be attempted at home.
Come on, get some fire.
So, it's like switching a can.
It's every bit as fun as pushing a can. I dressed for fire.
And he might still get it. The next battery on the menu is one Jesse knows all too well.
I've actually had some close calls with lithium batteries, such as this one. My friend actually had an RC car and went to charge his battery, and they suspected that the battery caused his garage to literally burn down.
Lithium polymer batteries use a different kind of electrolyte, and their relatively lightweight makes them ideal for gadgets like Jesse's pal's ill-fated RC car.
Now that we're moving on to our bigger batteries that can release toxic fumes, we have to wear a respirators. Safety first, right guys?
This is lithium polymer RC battery. In 3, 2, 1.
Is what? Oh, yeah.
Oh. I didn't know I had.
Oh, it's smoking.
Oh!
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's the proof indeed that a lithium-based battery can ignite under pressure. And when you're on a roll,
Hey, let's try this one.
Oh, what is that?
Same as before, lithium polymer, just bigger.
Alright. That was scary.
It's around twice the voltage of the battery that just went up in smoke.
Valerie, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Alright, this is bigger lithium polymer. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
It looks like the muncher has only succeeded in making another lithium flapjack. Until
Oh my goodness. That is a lot of metal.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And you know the old saying, where there's smoke, there's generally the floor camera confirms that they've done what they want. High pressure combustion.
We got sparks, smoke, and even fire. Awesome for us, but not so great for our garden fan. We also found out the higher the voltage the battery was at, we got more explosive results.
The higher voltage creates a higher current when shorted, which generates a higher temperature. And while things are heating up here, our amateur archers can't quite agree on the truth of the idiom straight as an arrow.
Of course, an arrow can fly straight, because that's what they've been doing for hundreds of years, and that's what they're designed to do.
I don't think this is the case. I think the arrow flies in part. Why do I think this? Because gravity.
Here's a thing the team didn't expect. Even in the hands of an expert archer, an arrow shimmies like a hula dancer in high heels.
Alright, so this is a long bow, and as you can tell, the string and the bow I can tightly align. But the arrow goes on the side, so that's already an obstacle that the arrow has to overcome. The arrow has to go around the bow, kind of like a fish spinning motion to get to the target.
According to Byron, it's a well-known phenomenon called the archer's paradox.
The archer's paradox is the effect of the arrow actually contorting in the air trying to direct itself.
Okay,
The
stop.
reason for it is when you apply pressure to the back of the arrow, of course it's going to kind of blow up and walk a little sideways with all that pressure before it actually starts moving.
Even over a short distance, an untargeted arrow may wander, but does that really mean that it doesn't fly straight? A definitive answer demands a definitive test. So it's all hands to the workshop to reconstruct a legendary arrow obstacle course. This particular challenge is actually a myth in itself, and it involves a dozen replica double-bladed battle axes. While Greek hero Odysseus was fighting the Trojan Wars, Penelope was left to fend off a bunch of unwanted admirers. She promised to marry whichever man could fire an arrow through 12 accents. But the shot was impossible. Byron Odysseus returned, and in disguise took the shot and nailed it. If the Mythbusters can somehow repeat that success, it would prove beyond doubt that an arrow flies straight and true.
Here we have our 12 atoms with a target of 3 inches in diameter. He fires off the 50th arsenal like that. So we're gonna have Byron take the shot and see if he can get it all 12 in one go. They say it's impossible, so good luck for him.
It's a daunting prospect. Even Byron has his doubts.
Now I know shooting through a 3-inch ring should be a very hard shot, and it's not. Shoot through 3 or 4 is not a hard shot. Shoot through 12 of them, it's a very hard shot. Do it the traditional way.
Calling this a hard shot is a massive understatement. And with a quiver full of arrows, Byron's not about to lay down his long gun. Come on, do that. Every time, he smoothly shoots the arrows through the first few rings. So close. But the slightest touch of shaft or clutching on metal spells disaster for this treacherous shot.
If your arrow comes into contact lacking in contact with 4-inch steel. Already very much did me in. Anyway, couldn't do it. I tried. And what I'm thinking about, pretty shallow this is. But failure here doesn't necessarily bust the myth that an arrow finds strength. It just means they push the limits of human skill with this type of bow. Coming up, they try a high-tech version of this ancient weapon with some extra advice and systems.
If you set this up correctly, you can actually move it.
In the garbage truck inferno myth, Jesse and Valerie have shown in small-scale testing that simply crushing a lithium battery can trigger a blaze. Kevin Carson and resident design expert John Markey are testing the second major cause of battery explosion, exposure to heat. They put a propane fire and a steel mesh battery frame. Step 1, gently boiling a lithium rubber
Most portion battery is going to burn is getting it on fire. We want to see if it's going to burn, if it's going to burst into a giant fireball, enough to light another battery, and another battery, and another battery, and cause a chain reaction that will just burn a track truck to the ground.
Now that they've tasted success, they all want to go bigger. The lithium polymer RC battery should fit the bill.
Meanwhile, it's lithium and it's 4,000. I think something big is worth that little bit.
But Adam's enthusiasm looks like it could cost John more than an eyebrow.
You know they get it. Falling, lithium polymer battery. Never mind. Let go.
We'll chalk that up to youthful enthusiasm. With John now a safe distance back from the flames,
Put the other eye on me. Yeah. It's like a tattoo. Look, I'll show you.
within seconds, the propane flames engulf the
Just
battery.
straight.
And then,
I think this is looking pretty promising for the next. If we get one
I'm doing demons.
I think it'll stop the chain reaction and cause other batteries.
with fire and pressure both proving potentially catastrophic to discarded lithium batteries, there are just a couple of quick tests left to run.
We've been using this
Ricky.
little guy here. We've basically been pancaking our battery.
I'm gonna do a
Now we're
demon
going to try
next.
something new with a lead. We're going to see if we get any different result or even a better result.
Well, how do you get
The
to
wedge makes spectacularly short work of a succession of batteries.
What do you want? What do you want?
The reliably combustible lithium polymer battery at least puts on a show.
SRT.
But stop short of catching on.
How to do this. Like that. Oh, you want the, oh, you want the
Meantime, Adam, Carson, and Jordan are taking their testing up full warning from fire to
No,
water.
scat. The scat is probably good.
The initial failure mode of lithium batteries is when the lithium comes in contact with moisture in general.
I'm doing
And
this,
that's
Ricky.
what we're setting up to test right now.
The demon.
One flask of water
How you doing?
and one heavily
You
damaged
just gotta
battery.
click on it. There, right there. Oh, that's it. That's on the
My finger.
Look at the scat. Yeah, you click on it.
There's no doubt about it. But could it actually catch fire?
There you go.
Apparently, yes.
All we did was we took the lithium out of a AA battery, we put it into water, and we got this massive like burst into flames. You see it's kind of Alright, so
Copy.
the first thing
You already
is
know.
about how lithium is volatile when it comes into contact with water. So you can kind of see where that explosion comes from.
And with that, they wrap up their modes of ignition tests.
Now that we know all the failure modes in these batteries and that they definitely can explode, it's time to see if we can simulate what happened here in the back of a garbage can.
So while Jesse prepares to get trashy, it's back to the riddle of the unswerving arrow. Proving the myth that an arrow flies straight demands pretty much perfect execution. Byron did his best to match this mythical trick shot.
Oh, so close.
But the problem here lies with the tools, not the trace.
We want our arrows to fly as straight as possible. And rather than continue using a longbow, which has quite a bit of arcing paradox, we're going to move on to a different bow that is rumored to cut down this effect. It's time to see a compound bow in action.
Helping to rig this delicately deadly device is Mythbusters' mentor, Tamara.
We've got our hand trigger already in place.
This time, they won't need a human to fire the arrow.
This is rated to Byron, so it is a 70-pound pull.
They first need to see if the compound bow lives up to its legend. Can it repeatedly shoot an arrow on the exact same trajectory?
So now that our compound bow is rigged up, we're going to dial it in, and we hope to get consistent data and straight arrow paths right in the bullseye.
Mechanized arrow shooting is nothing new. In fact, Tori, Karen, and Grant once reconstructed the fabled Korean Hwarchuk
With your army and attackers, run, Grant!
to see if it really could shoot 200 fire arrows a distance of 500 feet. When every arrow but one was launched, this incredible myth was resoundingly confirmed.
Range is hot. Arrows loaded. This is the compound bow dialing it in test. Cool. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
It's not dead serious, but that doesn't matter.
Well, let me see.
They want to see if a succession of shots can all hit the same spot. The compound bow is accurate to the point of perfection.
Alrighty, let's take a look at the high speed.
And now, the team wants to see what those arrows were doing in super slow motion.
No, I think you don't need to do things in classroom.
Most of that is just coming from the amount of force that the bow has to push on it in order to get it moving in the first place.
Totally agree. This beautiful compound bow here, it looks like it's eliminated the Arch's paradox.
But when you look at it at a different angle,
Walk
the
in.
arrow is still possible. So what the girl gotta do
I
is
gotta
the
start
arrow fly straight around it.
Let's get
The answer to that might be this. Coming up, the final contender for Best Bowling Show.
I think this crossbow will scare the arrow when it's flying straight.
I think you don't.
Okay, so here is our story. The lithium-based battery thrown in the trash can end up setting off a cataclysmic chain reaction of fire inside